The journey starts today. Winter Edition. Let's go! Greetings trainers, KuroBlitz here, and welcome to another video. In today's video I'll be discussing my new what if scenario for I want for the Pokemon Journeys anime to do with the Crown Tundra arc. I already did a video discussing the possibilities for what the Isle of Armor arc can do for the Pokemon series. I'll leave the link in the description below. So let's start out with what I want for the show to do with the DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield, the Crown Tundra. But before we do, just letting you know that this is just my personal speculation. All story bits, ideas, thoughts and theories are all of my originality. So without further ado, let's get started with what I want for the Pokemon Journeys anime to do with the Crown Tundra. So, how would the characters go to the Crown Tundra and who would go to begin with? So, I think that the possibility of both Ash, Go and Koharu being in the Crown Tundra, it's very likely because the trio is already forging in some capacity, so I would look for all of them to be there, and the catalyst that bring them there, it's not other than the former champion of Galar, the character of Peony. We can see Ash battling with Peony since he's a predecessor to Leon, so Ash could train with a foreign champion in order to battle the current one. And we can potentially see the battle between the rat and the elephant between Gigantamax Pikachu and Gigantamax Copperajah, because we didn't saw Gigantamax Copperajah under the care of Rose during the Darkest Day arc. The element of training with Ash, the exploration for Go, and also the family for Koharu, because Peony is an explorer, but he also has a daughter who's a student, like how Professor Sakuragi has Koharu. So I think that the characters of Koharu and Peonia could interact and maybe even benefit from having research fathers. So there is possibility for this kind of interaction. Maybe even Professor Sakuragi knows Peony a priori, we don't know, we just have to wait and see. But the character of Koharu would do wonders for the Crown Tundra arc. She could potentially meet Sonia in this arc, maybe discussing a backstory with the Emperor if there's any to begin with. She can help Ash and Go with searching for the footprints of the Swords of Justice, and maybe Go can even capture that Beldam that we see in Sonia's cottage. In regards to the Swords of Justice, or the Musketeer trio, I don't think there will be a big role in the Crown Tundra part of the anime like how they didn't do in the games, they are just there to be there. However, why are Unova legendaries in Galar? That will be the question up in the air until they further figure it out, but the possibility is amazing because Virizian's green color, Cobalian's blue color and Terrakian's brown color all reflect in the eye colors of Koharu, Go and Ash respectively. Maybe each of them can bond with the legendary, like how in this week we saw Go bonding with Suicune and even capturing them in the process. Maybe we can see other legendary beasts in Galar, even though they are from Johto. I would love the idea of Yamper or Pikachu battling with Raikou, but that's just me. Not to mention that Go bonding with a water legendary, maybe it could lead to the revelation of Keldeo for the Pokemon anime, not in a movie, and with all of the presence of these fighting types, the Sword of Justice and also Keldeo, maybe Ash's Lucario or even Surfetch can have some development. Heck, even Dracovish as a water type can have some development by battling with Keldeo. Not to mention that the Suicune is the first legendary that you get in the max rate on the max lair, because the DLC was released in the 20th anniversary of Pokemon Crystal, like in 2020, not exactly in the month of December, but they have the north wind, the cold tundra vibes, so Suicune showing up in the Crown Tundra for the anime as well. Go Suicune nonetheless! I think it would be a very nice nod to all of the water creatures because water brings life, and in the Crown Tundra in the games we see fossil Pokemon roaming around, so yeah, potential for Dracovish as well, not just Lucario and Surfetch. Other of Ash's Pokemon, they'll have their own time to shine in the future. And before we go to the future, let's go from a blast to the past. So, why are non-Galarian legendaries in Galar to begin with? So I think that the solution it's about, of course, remnants from the Ultra Space. Because in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon we know that we can get access to multiple legendaries from other dimensions, so the ones in Crown Tundra could be like that. However, how does the Ultra Space link to the Crown Tundra? So here's the thing. The last chapter of the Crown Tundra, it's actually named They Came from the Ultra Beyond. Although the legendary clues that Peony gives you during the DLC, they go from Calyrex to the Regis to the birds and then the Ultra Beasts. But from a narrative standpoint for the anime, it needs to be in reverse, the other way around. So why are legendaries coming for the Crown Tundra? Very simple. The answer lies in the Max Lair because of the Ultra Beast. And this will be the perfect catalyst for the return of Mohn. Who is Mohn, you ask? Mohn is the husband of Lucamine, the father of Lily and Gladion that they have been finding out for a long time after they fall in the Ultra Wormhole. So I think that the character of Mohn returning in the Crown Tundra, it's the most likely possibility, so that the cliffhanger that Sun and Moon left us, it could get a closure in Journeys. We saw Lily and Gladion on a train to a mountain range, maybe that's the Crown Tundra, it most likely is, so there is a great possibility for this whole conundrum to be resolved, and finally Mohn returns, Lily and Gladion have their family back, Go and Koharu see all the interactions between the kids and their mothers and fathers, and also they would talk to their own mothers and fathers as well after this, Ash even talking to his own mother after this, and even wanting to return to Alola after this. So the whole closure with the Mohn arc, it will be amazing. Not to mention that Ash would meet Lily again, Go and Gladion talking, it will be Deku and Bakugo from My Hero Academia talking because of the voice actors, it will be amazing. For Koharu, maybe we can see Gladion's Umbreon teaching her Eevee some moves or tricks. Go would be very impressed with Silvally, and also Zoro arc returning to Mohn. So, and maybe we can see the Shiron, Snowy, the Alolan Vulpix evolving here into an Alolan Ninetales. I think it would be pretty amazing. But yeah, the character of Mohn in the games is the one that discovers all this Crown Tundra, Ultra Wormholes and what thingamabob. And maybe we see the return of Necrozma, the one we know, a different one, maybe one from the Ultra Megalopolis, from the Ultra Recon Squad that we didn't know of, because we know that the multiverse is a thing. So there are possibilities here. If in fact Necrozma shows up, I would love the idea of Ash, Gokoharu and Peonia to do a raid battle against them. It would be amazing to see this happen. But now that all is settled and done, the Ultra Beast part of the Crown Tundra is over. Mohn is home, the Ether family is reunited once again. Now what leaves to the characters? For Koharu, sadly not too much besides the whole Umbreon Eevee potential interaction. For Ash, maybe we can see the return of Naganadel. For Go, I want for Go to actually capture an Ultra Beast. Which one? His first Ultra Beast and his first shiny, a Poipole. Maybe this Poipole can be a relative to Ash's Naganadel, but I would love the idea of Go having a gold and silver Pokemon. In terms of color, it would be a nice callback to the whole Johto with Suicune stuff. Not to mention that Suicune was being poisoned by poachers and Poipole is a poison Pokemon, so there's that. And now we go to the third segment of the Crown Tundra arc, but for this what if, it will be the second one, because the orders are in reverse, like I said before. So this is the legendary tree of a legendary tree. The Ultra Aura from the Ultra Wormholes and also the Ultra Space could be affecting the fauna and flora of all the Crown Tundra because of everything that's been working around. And maybe the tree will react to something, maybe the birds will show up to the tree, because of all of the aura, energy, legendary, whatever that could maybe influctuate all of the Crown Tundra's biome, the birds being flocked into the tree. We can see a return of Cinderace versus Zapdos, this time the Galarian one, because they both run and kick and whatever, a nice callback to the whole reboot battling the Cantonian Zapdos. If Go captures this Zapdos, the answer is no. Why no? Here's the thing, I want for the rivals of Galar to be here, even if little, because, as I said before, the whole psychic expertise of Bede before he becomes a disciple of Opal, a fairy expert. He's a psychic expert. So I would love the idea of Bede to be the one to capture Galarian Articuno, that it's a psychic type. Hop, it's the one that captures Galarian Zapdos because it's a fighting type, that it's not one of the wolves, because the wolves, especially Zamazenta, it's for Go, so they have the fighting dichotomy foil because of the legendaries. And for Marnie, it should be Moltres, the Dark One, the Phoenix that yells and scars, so yeah, more points to Team Yell there. Give the Galarian rivals something, but the whole legendary birds of Galar, it would not be such a big of a deal in the great scheme of things, honestly. Not to mention that I don't want to give Go too much, because he already got the shiny Poipole, he will get another one, and yeah, there's that. Not to mention the returning of Suicune, possibly. And the shiny Poipole is just a nice nod to the shiny Tapu Koko from Dia's World, the one dude with the Zero Aura, so yeah. Now this is where things start to get interesting, because we have the Titans, the Regis of the Crown Tundra. This is where the whole thing starts to assemble, because energy from the Ultra Space, legendary energy from the Crown Tundra, yeah. The Regis are all made of energy, and who is obsessed with energy? Not other than our man Chairman Rose. I think that Chairman Rose will be the one that made all of the energy disturbances in the max layer to summon legendaries in order for the Regis to be awakened but weaker, because they are trying to preserve the biome of the Crown Tundra. But yeah, Regieleki and Regidrago are Regis of pure energy, electrical and draconic. If you don't know, the character of Regidrago is most likely created by dragon crystals from Eternatus Body or wishing stars. So all of Rose's contingency plan to make the world a better place with infinity energy in some capacity, I think that he could, since he doesn't have Eternatus anymore, I think he would go for the second best option, that are the Galarian Regis. Not to mention that the character of Sonia still being in the Crown Tundra, and also Peony, because they are the ones who are guarding Eternatus in some capacity in the vault, and Peony is Rose's brother, mind you. I think it would be a great way for the villain to return, but not in the great scheme of things. But it will be like Rose having the Hunter J role. And why do I say the Hunter J role from Diamond and Pearl? Here's the thing. I want for the character of Brandon, the Pyramid King, the Frontier Brain, to return to try to figure out this Regis, but then Rose starts to do his stuff and he can't. Not to mention that I would love the idea of Brandon and Peony to tag along to battle Rose and Oleana, and since Brandon's Regis are in Snow Point, he would task the kids to capture the Regis of the Crown Tundra, so when all 5 are in the same place, the Regigigas would awaken. Yeah, Regigigas would awaken, and all of them would be sealed at once, and they would foil Rose's plans. Although there is a possibility for this, because while Brandon and Peony are battling Oleana and Rose, even like the brothers will be battling in this, the ones to battle Regidrago and Regieleki should be none other than Ash, Pikachu and Dragonite. Pikachu and Regieleki would be amazing. Dragonite vs Regidrago would also be amazing, like a match between the mirroring of the types of Electric and Dragon. Not to mention that Pikachu, Ash and Dragonite were the ones to enter the Hammerlock Stadium. So yeah, nice callback to the Darkest Day arc there. So yeah, while all of this is happening, Ash battling the Regis, Brandon and Peony battling Oleana and Rose, Sonia and Hop helping the civilians of the Crown Tundra while this all tries to be a contingency. The characters of Peonia, Go and Koharu will be the ones trying to capture the original trio of Regis to seal the new duo in order by summoning Regigigas. Maybe Regigigas can have a different form if Sinnoh gets a game for the Switch, either remakes or sequels, but the idea of a Gigantamax Regigigas, like he's already a colossal titan, so can you imagine the gratitude and the grandiose scheme of things of what the size of that monster would be. So yeah, because Peonia has Tyrantrum when you battle with her in the max dance and the max layer, so I think that she should be the one to capture Regirock. As for Koharu, she will be the one to capture Regis, because Regis reflects her cold demeanor towards Pokemon back in the past, and the Emperor using Spark on Regis, it will be a great callback to Pikachu one-shotting Brandon's Regis with a Volt Tackle after he fully recovered with a rest. Go would have to capture Registeel. It will be a nice foil to the Steel types of Chairman Rose. It also could be Go's first Steel type because he hasn't caught a Steel type yet. And Registeel is kind of like the more modern of the original Regis, so it reflects the whole point of technology. So yeah, the battle ensues, the Regis are captured, the ones are sealed, Regigigas shows up, everything is solved, fine and dandy, Macrocosmos is just no more at this point. However, the whole biome and ecosystem of the Crown Tundra with Ultra Energy, Regi Energy, Legendary Energy is just a cluster. It's a cluster of energy all over the place. The biome, it's savage, it's destroyed. And this is where it leads to the final chapter for this What If of the Crown Tundra arc. The first one from the games. The Sacred Bonds of Sovereign Steed. After seeing their home being destroyed, the civilians of the Crown Tundra will have to pray to the King of Butterfly Harvests to bring all of the ecosystem back to their original roots. So this is where we get the story for Calyrex, and of course the Steeds, Spectrier and Glastrier. In the anime, he would have the reins for both the Steeds. He will have like 2 horses instead of 1. I will explain it later and how it could happen. In the games, Calyrex possesses Peony in order to speak through his mouth. However, I would love the idea of Peony and Brandon being hospitalized after the events with Chairman Rose. Maybe Sonia and Hop could make the reads and also the back researching, and also could lead to Hop's character helping out Sonia in the future and trying to figure out what Calyrex wants and what he needs, because people's beliefs can just be, oh, I believe for you to do this and then I will stop believing. No, the belief should be one of truth, because if people don't truly believe in Calyrex and don't praise him like the deity that he is, he will not recover the Crown Tundra. It will be just destroyed at this point. So instead of Peony, since I would love for Peony to be also hospitalized for this part of the Crown Tundra arc, the one that should speak through Calyrex, it should be Meowth. Meowth spoke from Deoxys in AG, so I think that Meowth would be a great idea not only to be the one to talk from Calyrex, but it would also be a great idea for Jesse and James to help the trio and also Peonia to gather the Steeds for Calyrex to tame them once again and restore the Crown Tundra to the original part of the Crown Tundra, like go back to the source, because Glastrier covers the snow part of the Crown Tundra and Spectrier the grass part of the Crown Tundra. Maybe Koharu's knowledge of agriculture and also flowering, it could help with the seeding of the carrots to lure the horses in. I would love the idea that Jesse and James would have to tag along with the twerps and the brats, because it would be amazing, like the villains helping the heroes. I love that for Jesse and James. They are more better when they are allies when they are villains or villains wannabe. And hey, helping out Crown Tundra to recover after all of the things that Rose did, they can tell Giovanni that they foiled Rose's plans in Macrocosmos, and we can have a bigger and better Team Rocket arc in the future, because stealing credit, it's what Jesse, James and Meowth do best. So yeah, like for example, Jesse could help out Koharu and Peonia, James could help out Ash and Go, Maybe even Oleana and Chairman Rose can be there trying to tame the horses by themselves. Maybe they can be like last minute villains. Oh, you foiled my plans once, twice, 3 times, I will not let it, but then they would eventually will. So there's that. Poor Macrocosmos. Can't catch a break. But yeah, after the civilians are all secured and done, the carrots are planted, the horses would show up, and Sonia and Hop would create the reeds for Calyrex to tame them, like in the background and whatever. So yeah, I would love the idea to see this happen. If Ash is the one to fight Spectrier, I expect a battle between Spectrier and Gengar, a ghost battle. If he finds Glastrier, maybe like a joust battle between Glastrier and Surfetch, like the knight versus the horse. It would be amazing. It would be amazing. Not to mention that Calyrex can see into the past and future, and he has a psychic grass typing, the same as Celebi. So maybe it could lead for the trio to meet Tokyo in the future, because only Go knows about Tokyo. So I think the whole Johto hints that we have here could help out for a potential Johto arc in the future. Hey, who knows, maybe Go capturing the legendary beasts can lead Ash to OO one day, and even to Lugia again. And we have merchandise. We recently got merchandise a few days ago. It's to be released in May, so only after May we'll get this arc. Maybe only even in the next October, for all that we know of, because merchandise releases first, so there's that. But yeah, guys, this is my idea what if for what the Crown Tundra arc should be in the Pokemon anime. They are called by Peony, battle, legendaries start to appear, they don't know why, they see all of the energy from the max layer, Mohn returns, more legendaries, the birds react, things happen, the Regis react. It's all a chain of events for the Crown Tundra to be demolished and destroyed, for in the end Calyrex have to fix all of the bad things that Rose did while trying to summon the Regis. So I hope you like this. I really hope you like this little what if for the Pokemon Journeys anime. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also comment on the video. See you, trainers. Have a good one.